So we've just been listening to a press conference here in Washington, D.C. We're learning about the introduction of a bill that would allow for statehood for Puerto Rico. So CBS News correspondent David Begnaud is with us now. You know, David Begnaud knows a whole lot about Puerto Rico because he spent a lot of time there, particularly after Maria. So Puerto Rico is a commonwealth.
It
right?
is. It's a territory.
What is the difference? How would statehood make a difference for Puerto Rico?
So, number one, they'd be able to vote for president. Number two, they would be able to receive federal funding when it comes to health care, for example, that they're not giving in terms of matched federal dollars. And quite frankly, a lot of Puerto Ricans, if they were sitting in this chair right now, would say we would also get the recognition and dignity we feel like we deserve.
Because they've served for the country in wars.
Absolutely.
So tell me this, why now? And do you feel like it's garnering a ton of support because of Hurricane Maria?
Look, I think, DeMarco, people are talking more about Puerto Rico than, at least in my lifetime. I think my parents would say the same thing. Your parents might say. I don't know that Puerto Rico was really ever in the news. And then Maria happened, and now it's in the news all the time. And quite frankly, I try to do anything I can to keep it in the news, right? Remember, we're talking about 3.4 million people who are American citizens, have a U.S. passport, and can go to any state tomorrow, take a job, live, no problem.
But can't vote for the president.
Well, no, they can vote. Let's say they go to Louisiana. They move to Louisiana and take a job. They can vote for the president tomorrow.
But as long as they reside in Puerto Rico, they can't vote.
Can't.
That's
Exactly.
really interesting.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right. So, but let's also note this. You just heard both the governor and Darren Soto, the congressman from Florida, say overwhelmingly that Puerto Ricans want to be a state. Here's the context to that. In 2017, 97% of people said statehood.
Of those who voted.
But only 23% of eligible voters voted.
Right.
So why did so few people vote? Many people protested because they felt like the vote was rigged, they didn't want to do it. So that's both sides, right? The governor
is that because
says
of the questions or referendums that were in the ballot?
They had trouble with exactly how the questions were in the ballot box. So again, it's not to have the majority of people who voted said statehood? Yes. But the flip side is not a lot of people voted.
So what's the likelihood that it will happen
That's
now?
such a good question. I have to tell you, somebody was on the phone with me last night and they said, David, I think this is just a PR move. But here's what's significant. The man who runs the Natural Resources Committee, a congressman from Arizona, has said, I will hold a hearing on this. They couldn't even get somebody to hold a hearing about it. He's at least saying, all right, let's hold a hearing. Again, it's the Congress of the United States who has to recognize Puerto Rico as a state. They're the ones Puerto Rico needs. But the president, who obviously has a big megaphone and a pretty influential voice, has said, don't talk to me about statehood in Puerto Rico. I'm not
bipartisan
interested.
support is on the table, at least for now.
Exactly.
Enough?
And I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. More than before, but I don't think enough to where I'll be back here at this table saying we have a 51st state in the Caribbean.
Right. Right. All right, David. Thank you very much for giving us some context. And
Thanks for caring. Thanks for listening.
Good to see you. Good to
see you.